Look who just quit career after Sunday protest, walks out of stadium in something perfect. This season of the National Football League was ruined from the start of the preseason and has only gotten progressively worse each weekend. The American viewers' voices are louder than the message that millionaire players are sending from the sidelines, as league ratings reach deeper lows with every national anthem protests while boycotts persist. Now, it's come to people quitting their career as the ultimate way to really prove what's important. Those who are not offended or see the problem in the national anthem protests should at least be disgusted by the fact that these players are using them as puppets for their social justice cause. Just because these athletes earn multi-million-dollar paychecks to play a game, doesn't mean that anyone should care what they have to say about politics, or think that they have some authority to control what people think and do with a passive move like kneeling. They are arrogant enough to think that they control more than what happens outside of two end zones on a field. People want to see a game, which is what these athletes are paid to do, and since they can't stick to their plan, people are bailing out of the industry altogether, including one man who just walked out of his 30-year career yesterday. Those who do the paying have the right to do the saying about what they want to see. Showing bad sportsmanship toward the country isn't something most spectators want a part of. Since the protests took a turn for the worst on Sunday, Eric Nickerson called it quits on his team, the Buffalo Bills, who he dedicated the last 30 years of his life to. Nickerson isn't just a Bills fan, he's a proud American firster and bleeds more for the red, white, and blue than he does the Bills. After seeing what his favorite players did at the stadium where he's been an employee of for 3 decades, he's decided to never come back and sent a big message in his exit. 11 Alive reports. Several Bills players knelt during the national anthem. Others locked arms. I can't stand and support something where our leader of this country is just acting like a jerk, LeSean McCoy said in a post-game press conference. It was a show of solidarity for members of the NFL who believe President Trump's remarks Friday evening toward players were divisive, but there were plenty of people, fans, players, politicians arguing both sides. Stadium worker Eric Nickerson quit his job at New Era Field after almost 30 years. I waited until the national anthem ended, I took off my shirt, threw my Bills hat on the ground, walked out, Nickerson said in a sit-down interview with Channel 2 at his West Seneca home. Nickerson says he has no problem with players protesting before the national anthem. It's when the kneeling continued into the song that strong feelings took over. During the national anthem, the song that is about our country, our veterans that fight and die for us, it's just something I feel you shouldn't disrespect that way, he said. I believe people have the right to protest, I just don't believe that's the proper venue for it. While some may argue that this man quitting what could be considered a remedial position at a sports stadium isn't something protesting players will care about, it shows that even the most die-hard fans are done. Without fans, teams can't afford to pay players what they think they are worth. It's amazing how fast a message can change when there's nobody there to see it. After all, players are more focused on the attention they are getting for protesting, than what they say they are protesting. Nickerson didn't just take a stand for the anthem, our country, and those who have fought to defend this nation, he was standing up for our president and is one of the first to publicly do so. Next to the patriotic message he sent in quitting his 30-year career dedicated to the NFL, he delivered another important sentiment. Our president asked for respect and didn't get it, and it's time to start respecting our leader in all matters of this country beyond sports. Professional athletes are masters of attention and have found it in this disrespectful way. If they were really concerned about making a difference, they have a lot of resources at their fingertips to use their influence for positive. Inner-city kids and teens at risk of becoming statistics of the system, who need role models of how to be successful, would be a great place to enact real change. They will be felt for decades. Teaching them to be defiant by your example does not. One of the main problems with these protests is that they are perpetuating the divide despite what entitled individuals say they are trying to accomplish with them. America is about unity, one nation under God, and we can come together to honor that fact despite our differences and at no disrespect to our nation. Any grievances someone has with things happening in this country shouldn't be taken up in this way or at a place that represents